practice.
Can you tell us what happened on that last throw to Hunter? It just looked like a big celebration for all you guys.
Yeah, it was just the end of a 2-minute drive and to finish the game. So we had a last play call and he made a good catch and I had time to throw it. So good practice to get that situation. Both teams got the situation, so that'll come up for both of our seasons. You know, you never know when it's going to happen, but you got to be ready for it.
Mac, it seems like you and Jacoby have, I mean, you find him all over the field. What is it about him that you have a lot of comfort with?
Yeah, he's just a really smart football player. He's been one of my close friends since I've gotten here, and I trust him. We see the game the same way, sometimes without even talking about it. So we're just working on, growing together and kind of making our repertoire a little better, just with what he sees. How can he help me? How can I help him? And hopefully we can grow together here. And he's just a tough, smart football player, and I'll take him on my team forever, hopefully.
What's the feeling like of bouncing back, from not just a day or anything, but play to play and series to series? It seems like you guys had that a little bit today.
Yeah, I think that just each play, one play at a time, and don't worry about the last play, don't worry about really the next play, just focus on the play you're on. And sometimes it's hard to do that when there's a lot going. It's faster than a game in practice, in my opinion. We're just trying to make it harder. So just trying to get to that one play mentality and then continuing to do that, obviously during the games and during every practice. I think that's a good point.
How much do you like the joint practices?
I love the joint practices. I think it's really good work. Especially here, like I said, get in the heat, go against the team with a lot of familiar players and really good coaches, and just compete and play football and not worry about anything else, and just come out and it was fun. They're always fun, but this one was a lot of fun, just having some familiar faces out there too.
Speaking of that, how much did you enjoy the opportunity to interact with a little bit? I know you're focused on what you have to do with Josh, Bo, your former teammates and so forth.
Yeah, I think like I said, whether that's between Alabama or the Patriots, I have very fortunate everywhere we go. I have at least a teammate or two or coach or somebody, and obviously they have a great coaching staff, and you can tell our coaching staffs respect one another, and the players do too. So it was just good, healthy competition, and we just got to carry that over to the game and see how that goes.
Mac, between the stuff today and then yesterday, the last drive, it seems like when you guys get in like the 2-minute hurry-up mode, you seem to be able to move the football. What about that makes you guys kind of work a little bit better?
It's just you got to throw it, and with throws come bigger plays. So it's always good to know that you're throwing it, and you can feel comfortable and know what you're trying to get, whether that's a field goal or a touchdown. So you get to play a little bit of the game within the game. Do I need this many yards or that many yards? And obviously you're throwing it. So that's a lot of it. But like you said, the 2-minute, you can have the worst day ever, and you could be down by a lot of points in a real game. But if it's 10-10 at the end of the game and you go down and score, kick a field goal to win, then nothing matters before that. So that was one thing that we took, give or take out of yesterday's. In practice, it's kind of not really like the real thing, but it's good practice.
Zach been on the radio yesterday about how you guys are still kind of trying to figure out what your MO is offensively, what your identity is. How quickly do you need to find that with the first meaningful game, a couple weeks away here?
Yeah, I think we've done it in multiple ways. It's just finding it in the game and finding our rhythm, and that's going to just happen over time. And it's a long season, and we're not really worried about the future. I think Coach Belichick's laid it out for us that we're going to focus on, all right, how can we just play better? How can we just fundamentally be better? Like for me, just throw to the open guy, wherever that may be. It could be deep, short, in the middle. It doesn't really matter. And for the offensive line, pad level, and things like that. So it's a lot of fundamental stuff that if you just fix those, it really doesn't matter what you do, X's and O's wise. You should be able to compete with the players that we have and all the talent that we have.
Mac, and those gotta have it plays when you're in the huddle. What's it like? Do you just call the play, or do you have to deliver kind of an extra message in that situation?
That's the cool thing about the NFL is the huddle, and for me, that's one of my favorite parts. I'm a pretty laid-back guy, but I can always give that message like, hey, I need some time here, and they always respond really well, which I appreciate. And the offensive line did a great job today, specifically, just keeping the pocket clean, and obviously it's practice, but it's still really good there. And it could be a short message like, hey, make sure you catch it and get down. We're going to call a timeout. It's all sorts of things. So it's a constant game within the game that we have to keep working on. And that's what I love about being here is I feel so prepared when they come up in the game, just based off of my experiences. Just I'm always prepared for what's coming.
Josh had a lot of great.
Guys, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.